Arsenal centre-back Gabriel Magalhaes has been on fire this season. Fantastic with the ball and always fighting for the badge. It seems like unfortunately he's had to fight off the pitch as well, as shocking footage has revealed him facing up a masked robber. Also, what has Gianluca Di Marzio revealed about Arsenal's pursuit of Dejan Kulusevski, and how will Mikel Arteta line up Arsenal versus Manchester United at Old Trafford tomorrow? As per, let's find out in the latest Arsenal news today. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boys channel. As per, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video, and also while you guys are down there, please do consider subscribing to your boys channel as well. We're getting into the Arsenal news and starting off with Gabriel Magalhaes. And when it comes to the Arsenal Brazilian centre back, whenever we're talking about him, it's normally very positive, and most often it's a Gabriel Magalhaes standout performance. But unfortunately, my friends, that is simply not the case today, because as revealed by the Mail, Gabriel Magalhaes fought off a robber wielding a baseball bat who tried to steal his £45,000 Mercedes from his garage. Gabriel and a friend were followed home from a night out by two robbers. Unfortunately, there was indeed a robbery attempted on the Arsenal centre-back, but most importantly, thankfully, Gabriel was all fine and all safe. The report claims the robbers demanded Gabriel's car keys, mobile phone and watch as he got out of his vehicle. One of the attackers then lunged at Gabriel with the bat, but Gabriel struck him in the face and wrestled with him until the robber wriggled free and ran off. You're telling me this absolute clown had the audacity to pull up to my centre-back with a weapon, and even with that weapon this guy could not lay a glove on him? How dare you pull up to the Favela Franz Beckenbauer in the first place? And here you guys can see the footage itself of the guy pulling up to Gabriel with the baseball bat, but even with that weapon in hand, the Arsenal centre-back wasn't phased, grabbing the guy, wrestling to the floor and making him run away like a rat. Now thankfully and most importantly, Gabriel was all fine and all safe. In terms of the robber himself, as the Mail have confirmed, the robber was a Tottenham fan and has been jailed for 5 years. Now it doesn't really matter what team this guy supported because he is simply a lowlife in the first place, but the fact that he does support Tottenham Hotspur is a bit ironic because what was that chant again? Oh yeah, Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. But yeah, all jokes aside, thankfully my centre back is all fine and this robber is sitting right now in a prison. In terms of Gabriel himself, on his Instagram he says today, "Hello everyone, I hereby inform you that we are all fine and this incident occurred 2 months ago and the case has already been resolved by the local police. Thanks to everyone for the messages and concerns, but we're all fine, thank God." So Gabriel was confirmed there and there. Not only was this an incident that occurred 2 months ago, but most importantly and thankfully the guy is all safe. In terms of the Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta, he says, "It's not a nice thing to go through when you have a family involved. Gabby showed a lot of character. Credit to the boy. After that he was fine. Obviously he was shocked. The club has given him the support to try and move on from the situation." So Mikel Arteta has confirmed there and there that Arsenal have done as much as they can to help Gabriel since the incident occurred. But in terms of things like this, unfortunately when you have low lives like this guy in the world, you're always going to have idiots trying to do stupid things. But thankfully in this specific scenario, the Arsenal centre-back came out on top, and let this be a warning to anyone that dare try to pull up to my centre-back. Just have a look at this guy. How dare you even have the audacity? And if you try anything stupid like this, you're going to get your candy ass whooped. And hopefully in terms of Gabriel himself, he can put in a masterclass tomorrow at Old Trafford. Mikel Arteta on the January transfer window. We are in discussions. We have talks every week about it. As you know, we have certain players with uncertainty in the summer. We have your plan now and the summer. We don't expect big things happening, but we have to be very alert and prepared. So Arsenal have a plan going into the transfer window, but they don't expect anything big to happen. But at the same time, Arteta has confirmed that they have to be very alert and prepared. And that, my friends, is about potential possibilities. Because in terms of the January transfer window, it is always very, very hard when it comes to making big signings. But if there is a possibility or an opportunity, I am sure Arsenal, Arteta and Edu Gasper will be all over it. But could one opportunity be a certain Dejan Kulusevski? Because today Gianluca Di Marzio has confirmed that Arsenal want him. They had first contact with his agents. Juventus bought him for €35 million plus bonuses, so it depends on how much Arsenal wants to invest in this player. I know the first contact has been made. Now normally Gianluca Di Marzio is a very, very reliable Italian journalist, but as you guys might be aware from recent events, wasn't this the same Di Marzio that said that Arsenal had agreed an €80 million fee for Dusan Vlahovic? In terms of Kulusevski himself, he is a very decent player, of course a Swedish international, but most importantly, isn't this guy a winger? And as your boy keeps on saying, Arsenal already have wingers like Saka and Smith Rowe and Martinelli, and so to go out there and to sign another young winger for me just doesn't make any sense. And also in terms of Gianluca Di Marzio, for me, I have my suspicion that this is all agent talk. But in terms of the overall January transfer window, let me know down below what players do you guys realistically want to see Arsenal sign. Okay, then moving on to Man United versus Arsenal. It is a gargantuan game tomorrow at Old Trafford. For me, it is a must-win game. But what exactly is the latest Arsenal team news? Well, as Mikel Arteta has confirmed, Granit Xhaka is still not ready, neither is Sead Kolasinac, and we have a doubt with Bukayo Saka. So today is the day to assess how everyone is. I am hopeful, but we don't know. The player has to be comfortable playing with a little injury. So Xhaka is out and Kolasinac's out, but in terms of Bukayo Saka, I think what Mikel Arteta is trying to say here is that if he is going to start this game, he's going to have to play through a little injury. And if that is to be the case, I just don't see how Arsenal risk a player as important as Bukayo Saka. But at the same time, this is also a very massive game, a must-win game for Arsenal. Let me know your own thoughts down below. Would you guys risk Bukayo Saka? And in terms of the Man United team news, Harry Maguire is set to be available after suspension, but United are also set to be without Rafael Varane once again this week. So on one hand, you've got the return of the Man United captain, but on the other hand, for me, they're going to be without their best centre-back. And in terms of Harry Maguire, as your boy said yesterday, I am just not a massive fan of that player. But in terms of Mikel Arteta, the real question here is how exactly is he going to line up the Arsenal team? Well, I believe it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 formation with Ramsdale on goal, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, Tavares back four, Partey and Sambi midfield, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Martinelli behind the striker in Aubameyang. And in that lineup, there's only one change there and a forced change from the game against Newcastle, and that being with Saka not being fully fit. I would not be surprised if Arteta was to go with Gabriel Martinelli, especially after his goal on the weekend. But also in terms of left back, Nuno Tavares versus Kieran Tierney, who exactly is Mikel Arteta going to pick? Well, in his latest press conference, Arteta on Tavares and Tierney says, "That's the level we want to achieve. In every position we have players that can perform at the highest level. Kieran hasn't played in games because he was still injured, and in others Nuno was playing well. He deserved the chance to continue playing." Now of course some fans might disagree, but in terms of your boy, I'm actually a fan of how Arteta has dealt with the situation. And essentially what he's trying to say is if you get a chance from an injury and you come into the first team and you take a chance, Mikel Arteta is more than willing to give the informed player the chance to continue playing. And hopefully what that does in turn is breed a far more competitive Arsenal squad. But of course, in terms of yourselves, who do you guys want to see Arsenal start tomorrow? Nuno Tavares or Kieran Tierney? But in terms of the game itself, let me make it clear, this is a gargantuan game for Arsenal's hopes of the top four. In terms of tonight, West Ham have just drawn Brighton, and in terms of Man United, if we were to win at Old Trafford, we'd go 8 points clear of Arsenal's main top four rivals. But in terms of Arsenal so far this year against the big teams, the Man Cities, Chelsea's, Liverpool's, Arsenal have been battered. So even though Man United are out of form, if Arsenal could go to Old Trafford and to get the win there, it would be a massive boost of confidence from the Arsenal fan base and also for this young Arsenal team. But as per my friends, let me know your own thoughts on the game and what are your Man United versus Arsenal score predictions. Who is going to win the social media El Clasico? Okay, then let's move on to the other Arsenal news today. And starting off with Arsenal's loanee at Fiorentina, I am talking Uruguayan midfielder Lucas Torreira. Fiorentina with Lucas Torreira on the pitch, 18 goals scored and 8 goals conceded. Fiorentina without Lucas Torreira on the pitch, 6 goals scored and 12 goals conceded. Another impressive performance today from the Uruguayan at the base of La Viola's midfield. So it looks like Lucas Torreira is becoming an integral part of Fiorentina's midfield. So the fact that he's playing week in week out and Fiorentina do have an option to buy at the end of the season, it looks as if it's going to be a permanent return to Italy for the Uruguayan defensive midfielder. Now in terms of your boy, I think it is a shame because I thought Torreira had something to offer to the Arsenal midfield, and when he came into Arsenal back in 18-19, I was a massive fan. But things are working out for Torreira Italy. There's an option to buy there, and I fully do expect Fiorentina to exercise that option. But what do you guys make of Lucas Torreira, and are you guys happy with his inevitable Arsenal permanent departure? In terms of your boy, I won't lie to you guys, I am low-key disappointed. Keeping it on the central midfielders, Albert Sambi Lokonga has completed 19 of his 20 attempted tackles in the Premier League this season. Dribbled past just once, a 22-year-old central midfielder in his first ever Premier League campaign. 22 years of age, the mentality, the passing, the tackling, this guy basically has everything. But in terms of tomorrow, it is going to be a massive test at Old Trafford alongside Thomas Partey. And after putting in a poor performance in his last away game at Anfield, hopefully this time we do see a far better and more complete version of Albert Sambi Lokonga. But here's a question that I want to ask you guys to answer down below in the comments. Out of Thomas Partey and Sambi Lokonga so far this year, who has been the better Arsenal central midfielder? And now that we are in December, Arsenal do have quite a few games with Man United away, Everton away, Southampton at home, West Ham at home, Leeds away, Sunderland at home, Norwich away and Wolves at home. So in total, Arsenal are going to have 8 games in December. It's it's always a long month. And in terms of the next two games, they're Everton and United, two massive tests. The fact that West Ham drop points tonight, if Arsenal are able to win tomorrow, Arsenal will move into the top 4. But even after that game there, Southampton and West Ham, both are also going to be very difficult games. So if Arsenal are serious about a top 4 charge, all I am going to say is this is going to be the most important period of the season. But of course, most importantly, the focus is all on tomorrow night, Manchester United, Old Trafford away. And fingers are crossed, we're praying to the Almighty that Arsenal can get a dub and win at Old Trafford. But that is the video there and there. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video, and also do subscribe to your boy's channel if you guys are new. If you would like to follow your boy on them social medias, then the links will be down below in the description. But that was the latest Arsenal news today. It's a massive gargantuan game tomorrow, the social media El Clasico that Arsenal just need to win. I will see you guys then in a bit.